Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be doing a continuation of our reaction to Blue Therapy. If you have not watched the first part, I'm going to put it somewhere here. It's also going to be at the end of the video, so please watch that so you'll be able to enjoy this better. So let's get into the next parts. I'm just going to put some things together.
Okay.
The part of Deborah comparing Jamal, and do you think they're still both on the same level? Because sometimes when Jamal talks, I think it's just over the relationship. Sometimes it's facial expression for me though, but or it seems that they're not on the same level again, or it's just
okay. For Jamel, I think Jamel actually wants the relationship to work, and that is why he brought his partner there. Same as Chioma, and then you can see that in the way she talks and everything. So Jamel wants it to work, but then he realizes that there are a lot of Deborah is serving as an anchor for the relationship. Of course, if you know you want to achieve certain things in life.
Is that why he's misbehaving?
We can't say he's misbehaving.
Not totally misbehaving, but if you know you don't want to do this again, then just
he wants to do it. He wants it to work.
I think he's just tired.
I think he's tired.
No, he wants it to. He's tired of the things that she's doing, and he wants her to see them.
But I believe
so that
in
she
a
can
way,
change.
He has put her in that position.
Okay,
but is he ready to change
acknowledging
himself also?
Of course,
because
it's a
I'm not sure.
He's been in therapy before too.
Wait, I don't think, like I said earlier on, I don't think he expected that she would also have flaws like that she's seeing in him. Do you get? Because if not there, it would have just been all about her.
Okay.
In the therapy section.
Yes.
Do you get? Because if you look at Chioma and Paul's own also, most times it's all about Paul. If you look at their own also, it's most times all about her. But she kind of changed it for him. And she also, you too, you have your own faults. So I think that's why he's just tired of the whole thing.
For me, I don't think Jamal is tired.
So you think he wants the relationship to work?
He wants the relationship to work. And then understanding one thing about therapy is therapy cannot be about one person. Now you see, the therapist is a mediator. Both parties involved have to sit and talk. She observes, she listens, and then she takes down notes of the little things that matter, the little things that you're meeting. That there was a moment where Chioma was very pissed with Paul, and then she asked that's Dennis. She asked both of them to look into each other's eyes, and then you can see that smile genuinely.
Yes, it was really nice.
So that goes to tell you that therapy is not about just one party. At the end of the day, it's a communicate. Let a person who is not saying anything observe what is happening and help you guys get the best of each other.
Okay.
So I think that's what Jamel is trying to do. He really loves the girl.
Go way up him.
Yeah. God really has to love him more. Because I really liked him from the beginning. But
I also think Jamel likes Deborah because she's Nigerian. Yes.
But he said she's loud.
Yeah, of course.
He's something Nigerian.
I wanted to go to
I am Nigerian. We are loud.
Okay, now I will go to that.
It.
I actually
but jollof rice is better than Ghanaian.
Don't start that. Have you seen it? Have you seen their jollof rice?
I don't want to know.
I'm not a bastard Nigerian. I've not seen their jollof too, but then.
Okay, I actually want to go to that point of being loud and not being loud. So before then, let's talk about Paul not wanting Chioma to use her Instagram that you met her on. That's one part. The second part, you don't want her to maybe let's say ball, but you are there, you are balling with you say that you're on a business that you have ladies all over you, and you're saying that's business, not pleasure. But when it comes to your girl, you're having issues with it. Why?
I think Demola should answer.
Okay, so I think Paul is just selfish. Very, very selfish person. Okay. Because first of all, let's talk about Instagram first. You met her on Instagram. You guys started talking on Instagram. Everything was on Instagram, and all of a sudden you don't want her on Instagram. How do you meet me doing something and it's not something that is wrong? And let me say, you met me doing that and you want me to stop it. That's very wrong.
That's bad.
You don't do that. And she said something about going for a date or something, and maybe she wears a nice clothes, it doesn't compliment her, then she goes online, she posts it.
You know that I think what's pinning Paul is the attention, the love, the compliment that
she's getting from other people, and
you are not giving it to her. She's getting it from other places, then you are complaining.
This life is not, it's just a pot of beans. Because why are you complaining? Why? You are not so it's after you now want to do your own. Why not just tell her, oh baby, you look beautiful, you look
it would matter a lot more if she was getting the compliment from Paul.
Exactly.
So even if she might not even want to comment, if she has to get coming, it was just going to be by the way.
But the part of
already getting
the part of her trying to maybe you want her not to use social media is like
it's just
wrong.
out of it.
It's out of it. Like,
totally
you don't have a say.
I totally agree with you.
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So let's move on. So now, personal questions though.
Okay.
Would you have a problem if your family doesn't approve of your partner? Personally, would you have a problem with it?
I don't understand the question. Problem as in
just be like, you brought this girl home and you're like,
they say they don't like her.
Or just one person, maybe your sister or your brother for
says
you.
They don't like
just,
her.
I just don't like her. There's just something about her. I just don't, would you have a problem with it?
I would have to make them like her because you can't determine for me who to marry. If I bring a girl home, I was still having this conversation with my mom. If I bring a girl home and say, hey mom, this is the girl I want to get married to, I'm bringing her so that you will know her. I'm not bringing her
So
to seek approval. Why? Because I am the one who has decided to marry her, not you. Of course, our culture tells us that when you get married to a person, you get married to your family and stuff. It's brilliant. It's a good thing. It's even an added advantage if your spouse's family loves you. But then I think for me personally, this is a personal question, I will have to make my family members like her. You just have to like her. If you don't like her, then you don't like me.
Okay, for me, I think basically, for me, I think I would want to know why they have a problem with it. For instance, I'm sorry I have to take us back to the story, but to Chioma and Paul. Like for instance, Paul's sister not liking Chioma and Osha. I feel Paul, if he's actually like being very realistic, he's supposed to have a conversation with his sister, and if possible, Chioma can also be present to know why she doesn't like her. So I feel if it's happening to me, if my parents or my sister or my brother they're saying, Damola, I don't like this person. Why don't you like this person? If I see that okay, it is something that maybe because this person something maybe something that is not reasonable, then I know you get to like her. You get to like him by the way.
I think it's worse that Paul is not trying to like balance it.
Yes,
he's totally supporting his sister.
Paul is a family guy.
Okay.
But is he not going to start his own family? With her?
Exactly.
That is when he's going to also have problems too. But he's a family guy because he has this sense of.
Nobody is saying he should not be a family person to his family.
He's been a family guy in a negative way.
So
when you bring, I'm a Christian.
Okay.
The Bible talks about a man leaving his father and his mother and clinging onto his wife, and they become one.
See,
that means nobody should be able to come in between the both of you. But then
he's still placing the sister above.
With the way he's placing his sister,
issues.
His entire family, he's putting them as a priority above his spouse, forgetting that this is a person you get to spend eternity with.
Thank you.
So I think that's why he has
I feel like when they settle down, if they would end up settling down together, I feel they will have a problem. If he doesn't work on it now.
Yes. Paul has a lot of things to work on.
A lot.
So
a lot.
For me, I think this is the time for him to get out of the relationship and work on himself. Because if he decides to stay in and work on himself, it's going to be a long journey.
Yes.
But I think Chioma is the kind of person that wants to walk through that journey.
That's the point. That's where the problem comes from. An average, Nigerian ladies, I'm sorry, but Nigerian ladies think that they are the Holy Spirit or like the repairer. It's not your work to repair. You should get yourself a fixed man, not a broken man. As a man, I tell my friends, don't get yourself a broken woman. You like her, it's okay. You can help her, but do not get into a relationship until she's healed or she's whole. Because if you get into a relationship with her, it becomes an abusive relationship, not because you are beating each other, but because you guys are not going to be getting the best out of each other, and then you'll only be finding faults in each other.
True, Sha.
So let's move on. The part of you're allowed, Nigerians are allowed.
Yes,
my parents might not these, they're allowed. Now, would you get on with somebody who would think your family would not approve of? Maybe your family doesn't like, in the case of Jamal, your family might not like someone who is loud, and you are getting on with a loud girl. Please, what are you? What's your point?
At the end of the day, I think Jamal was a little bit stupid there. Sorry, because if you like a person, it's not about what your family thinks. It's about what you think. Okay, but you are the one who's going to be living with that person.
From what we can see, it's obvious his family has a say. They would have a say because if it's all about what he wants. He won't be bothered about if she's loud or not.
Even if his family is going to have his say, he would have been the one to hand that over to them.
Exactly.
He would have been the one to hand that over.
He was
to
already
them.
bringing out that you
Yeah.
allowed thing even before she meeting.
He would be the one to
family.
do that.
Yeah.
But I feel he just has a problem with her. He has a problem
With her
He
extravagance. I think that's
and
what
her
he has.
loudness.
And her
What?
what's it called? The way she controls him.
Anyway, that's why they have therapy.
Yeah.
Would food and music be a factor in your relationship? I don't understand that one.
Let's start from Solomon.
Would food and music?
My lord, may I?
You may.
Yeah. I like food, you.
Okay.
But
So,
I don't think it's supposed to be such a big issue.
I don't think
It depends on the type of issue we are talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now
You seem to be
look
more
at
knowledgeable in this area.
no, look at Chioma.
Consider you're a chef. Okay, you are listening.
No, please. Why would I be cooking amala? Why would I be cooking rice? Why would I be cooking pounded yam? And my husband just wants to eat broccoli. Please, how are we going? I mean, how are we even going to be able to? So,
first
are you
of
going
all-
to expect me to cook amala and all for myself?
Wait.
Then later, I'll start preparing broccoli and all for you.
Okay, no, wait. I think first of all, I think they should actually have
A
a
conversation.
conversation concerning it. What do you want to eat?
Yeah.
Do you want me to make amala or you want me to make broccoli? Do you get, like, they should actually like have that conversation on, okay, this is what we'll eat today, and they should like just come to an agreement. But it's amala, like because she said she mentioned something about she wants her children to even be addictive to pounded yam.
She's not even like she's just like maybe once a week, maybe just Sunday.
Yeah,
let's just eat it.
let me
I think she's
go-
being considerate with
Let
that
me go
one.
a little bit deeper into this. I think that, especially for people who have underlying health issues like diabetes and the likes, they can't just eat anything.
But
Yeah,
I
I
don't think it
agree,
has-
but
They have to eat certain things. No, I'm
Paul
trying to
is
like, put
bringing-
it in perspective.
Paul is
so that
just
you
saying
understand.
that on the show, like
Paul
doing
is saying,
therapy.
Paul, yeah, that's why he has
That's
the
the
problems like
issue,
already
yes.
established. He has a problem.
And he
has a lot
doesn't
of problems.
talk.
He should have made that known. He was chubby when they started out the relationship, and now he's, if you know, he has.
But she said he can eat beans. Did she not say it? He can eat beans.
Beans is carbohydrates. Maybe he doesn't want carbohydrates. He wants protein.
But then when if you look at the cooking and all, it takes a lot of effort to cook.
Yes.
Yes.
Like it takes a lot of love, self to cook.
You should even
like,
appreciate a woman for
Exactly.
Yes, I understand that.
But then, like, I just think Paul is just problematic.
I think
to
they should
an
have that
extent.
conversation.
Yes,
That's
and
it.
with the way
Paul
it
might
is,
have
it's
a
obvious he
reasonable
doesn't
reason as to why he doesn't want to eat those certain food, and it's very.
But why is he not telling
Yeah,
her about it?
But he's not, and that is where the
he
problem
said
is.
it on the on
She
the
shouldn't
show.
be finding out that
On- yes,
the
she
show.
shouldn't
be
A 3-year
finding out.
relationship.
I mean,
I don't
That
eat.
was still
I don't
part
eat.
of
I don't
where
eat
they talk
onion.
about being
I
depressed.
don't eat onion. If I get into a relationship today, my partner would. She would have known before we started dating.
Exactly. Or even if she makes that error the first time, you get to like, oh
correct
babe,
her,
I don't
then
eat
you
onion.
move on from there.
Or even
yes.
from the fact that I prepare a meal for the both of us, and
You don't put
I
onion.
don't put onion, and then she wants onion. She's expecting that onion should
That's
be
why
there.
in relationships, I feel relationship and talking like they go hand in hand. You must
Communication.
Always,
That is the
you must
bedrock.
always-
Yeah.
You must always talk.
Yes. The music part is just so trivial.
Okay.
Burna Boy, Davido, country music.
That is not even about being music. That's even about
artists.
artists. It's just nonsense.
Maybe yes. I mean,
Like,
just
I love good music. I love.
regardless of the.
But wait,
artist.
is it?
Take for
okay.
instance the two artists that you're both talking about. I don't listen to them.
Okay.
I listen to more of instrumentals, blues, jazz, classics. So my taste of music would even determine the kind of girl I would get attracted
Wow.
But what if Okay, let's take
I don't
let's
think
take Chioma
music
for
should
an
be
example.
so-
Wait,
to. Those are
wait,
things that are
let's take
similar
Chioma
that will
for.
help you guys like
Yeah.
Wait. Let's take Chioma for an example now. He said they used to listen to Burna Boy together, and they started falling in love with Wizkid.
Wizkid.
I don't think that should be a
Problem. That's it. I don't think it should be a problem.
where
You have to stick to the
where
same
Paul
thing.
had the issue with her was
I think
that
he felt betrayed.
he, I think he saw it more than just he saw it more than just
Music.
He saw it as her liking Wizkid. I don't think you get. I think that is what he probably perceived it as. So it was like Burna Boy, I like Burna Boy, you like Burna Boy too. And then all of a
You're good to
sudden
go.
you are saying you like Wizkid. You're never saying you like Wizkid songs.
For me, I just feel like you can always. It's not compulsory to eat rice every day. You
It's
can
not,
always
of
have
course. But then sometimes it can be nice if you have some things in common. It's okay to be different in so many
probably
ways.
got tired of it.
Of
Plus, she
Burna
didn't
Boy.
say she
No,
was
I'm not saying
always
it's a, I'm
going
not saying it's
to-
a must. I'm not saying it's a must. But then, probably that was one of the things that made them, quickly, bond faster. The fact that they both loved the same artist, and then
But they were not really bonding again.
Paul sees a part of their bond sharing away.
Yes.
So that's why at the end of the
She said he feels
day,
betrayed.
But I don't think it's
that is
so
why
much
at the
of
end
a
of the
big
day,
deal.
you
It's
feel
not a
like
big
It's not a
deal.
big
Paul is-
music. Hey, music is a
Your choice of music is whatever. Fine, you might want to say, okay, let's have similarities and all, but then if you want to switch up at a point, I don't think it
You're
should
free.
be.
It's not. It
I don't
should not
think
be a big
think
deal.
having similarities is something that you should even discuss. I think those are things that they already have individually, and then
You
find
can
out.
even get to like
Find
Whiskey's
out.
song also. You can get to like it also.
Yes.
But let's go back to Afro Nation.
Okay.
Why would Jamel just do something like that?
What did Jamel do?
Why did
You
you buy
said
a ticket?
you said
Y'all
the
are
point
talking
blank.
as though-
No. You said the point blank that you won't be going,
Yes.
and now I find a ticket.
That is why it's supposed to be a surprise.
He wasn't actually going to surprise her, in my own opinion.
But then
He was going to
He
stalk
wanted
her.
to go with his friends.
No.
You know that if first said he wanted to surprise her, then later he said,
And
"Oh, my
like-
friends bought it for me."
Yes, that they were all going to go together. So with her friends, then they
So
were
they now-
It's
I
like
beg.
they caught him.
I
they
didn't
didn't
know.
call
Some
to
no, some, Solomon, let's be very serious.
Those are the
If you
trivial
look at it,
things.
there's something fishy there.
There is, yes.
What is fishy?
Solomon,
You don't
you
just
don't
want to
accept.
agree.
It's not a
You
matter
already
of
said you were
agreeing.
not going.
Now, we cannot just make assumptions. We have to make deductions. That means we need
Okay.
to consider the facts
Okay.
But I don't
around
believe
it
his own.
and then come to a conclusion based on those facts.
Okay.
And that is why I told you earlier, Jamel said he would never want his lady to go to a place like Afro Nation.
Okay.
But somehow
He's still
he
consented.
allowed her. Do you get it? Still consented
So
to
why?
her going.
Why do
And
you
then
think he consented?
He secretly
Bought a ticket.
Bought a ticket.
He could have.
Was it
easily-
to go watch
He
her?
could have easily deleted the screenshots and there would be no trace.
No, I think he just.
He
lose
could have
guard.
probably backed it up
He
somewhere.
don't lose guard. I
Do you
beg.
understand? No, you guys. That's what I'm saying. You guys are you guys.
Wait,
you guys are
let's-
unidirectional.
Okay.
You guys come from the same angle. You're just defensive. No, it doesn't work.
No,
like
So
that.
you just feel wanted to surprise
Jamal has
her.
been
Yes,
a good.
yes.
No, I don't.
He's a good. He's a good man.
No,
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
He is a good man.
Okay.
that's just it. Okay.
Okay, like now I see it all.
Now let's go to our highlights. I'm going to start. So the highlights of the whole therapy, from episode 1 to 4. Let me just mention a few. Okay, I think one major highlight would be when Chioma talked about Paul's sister. Like, your sister is a bitch.
Yes.
That point, I was just like, whoa. I think I like that part. I think I like the part of Deborah bringing out the receipts.
Yes.
I loved, and a wicked laugh after she said she has an OnlyFans
So what I'm
account.
talking about?
That
Wicked
wicked laugh.
She's happy
No, it
about
was
someone's
no,
wicked laugh.
not like I'm
You see?
happy. No, not like I'm happy. But you know that when Jamel first said, "I used to fancy your sister," or "I used to like your sister," she felt bad. So I think she just looked for something that would.
To get back at him.
Yes,
That's the problem.
no,
It's not supposed to be a
not like
competition.
it's not a competition.
It's just like a woman
I'm
saying
just
that she's cheating on
No,
a
are you
man to
saying
yeah,
she
get
probably-
back at a man for cheating.
I think she probably had something else she wanted to say. She just said it like
She just said it like,
and
wow.
it's not a
And
competition. I,
he
you said
he eats so much. I really love that part.
I feel Jamal
really
should
love
have
that
said
part.
he had something like he fancied the sister or something. It
Okay.
was very wrong.
You know that at the end of the day, that's what therapy is for.
True, Sha.
The
But that's so
therapist
much information.
specifically
So
told
much.
her, told them that
Something that your partner doesn't know.
exactly, and then he had to say it. If he wasn't saying it there,
True, Sha. It was just being
that is why you
sincere.
should
Was
see
not
that
being sincere.
he is a good person. Now the truth is, if Jamel had not gone on to say that, I'm categorically telling you that Deborah, it's an assumption that Deborah wouldn't have said that she had an OnlyFans.
Yes, that's
She
what I'm
wouldn't have
saying.
said it.
Exactly. I
wouldn't
think
have
she
said
only said that to get back at
It was,
him.
Jamal's honesty.
Brutal honesty.
It was his honesty that made her talk. So that's why you get to see that at the end of the day, Jamel actually wants the relationship to work. But except if you guys decide not to see
And
it.
them Sabio.
But it's written all over the screen.
Maybe. Alright, so
Now you're seeing some sense to it, yeah?
so give us your highlights.
The highlight is I've forgotten what Chioma said, and Paul said,
I can remember
I
that
think that's
scene.
my highlight.
I can remember that scene.
That was so Nigerian. With all the accent and everything, that was my highlight.
Okay, I think for me, my highlight was the point where Paul had to like direct the questions back to the therapist and where he was asking about her achievements.
No.
No.
I think it was that point for me. Then also the point where he walked out, it was really rude. But I'm like, I was waiting for you to stand up. Like you already came in rude, so just go already. So I think that was like my highlight for.
Okay, so let's just talk about this part a little bit.
Okay.
That part of Paul saying maybe Chioma is fat. He was insinuating that, even though he was like trying to shy away from it, but he was actually insinuating that, and Chioma felt bad. What do you think about that situation?
I think they should have had the conversation.
Yes.
What's it called? Paul was chubby when they started dating. Now he's in shape.
And she loved him that way.
Exactly, and she finds him physically attractive, regardless of then and now. But now I think Paul finds her less attractive because he feels she's plumpy. Why? Well, you know. But then I see her as a spec. But that boils down to, you know, choices. She might be a spec to somebody else, and you know, yeah. But then I feel Paul was really being insensitive by not having that conversation with her, because it's somebody that finds you physically attractive, and
he doesn't find her attractive anymore.
Yes, I think she started crying at the word at that point.
She did, of course. You don't talk to
and I feel like that she composed herself till then, like,
yeah,
okay,
she really
then
did.
Are you done? No, we cannot leave. Unlike when Paul just walked out.
Like she's well mannered. That's it.
Yeah.
I think for me, I feel like the major issue Paul has is that he doesn't talk. Like he doesn't
talk, but then he talks.
But like he doesn't talk too much with Chioma like he used to do. Because I'm not sure they had this really most of these problems
when they asked them what are the fun things you do. Imagine what he said. We do a couple review at the end of it.
Like why so business principle, and why do you have to do all of those things? So I feel like he should try and maybe talk more to Chioma, because most of the issues they actually brought to therapy are things they can both sit down and talk about. And also he should try not to be too defensive. Like there are points where you say, okay, yes, I'm wrong. Exactly. You don't have to always he tries not to be wrong at any point. You want to say something and he tries to, okay, let me give you a scenario. Imagine this, like there are points where he just say, okay, yes, I'm actually wrong and I'm sorry. Do you get? So I think that's it.
You're going to be fine.
Apologizing is a very beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
So now to the very last question.
Okay.
But don't tell me there's nobody. Okay. So among the the ladies.
Face your gender. Face your gender.
You first.
Face your gender.
No, I'm starting to say
you first.
Okay, hit me.
So between Chioma and Deborah, who would you rather,
None of them.
No, I just said I don't want to hear none. You just have to pick one. Okay,
Why?
Just for whatever reason.
Let me ask
you just
one
have
question.
to pick one.
What if
this guy is
I
just
am in a
relationship?
What if I'm in a relationship and my partner is going to be seeing this video? So
she knows that
she's going to feel the exact same way Chioma felt when Paul said she's chubby.
It's not that deep, partner.
Relationship.
Partner, it's not that deep.
I'm single for the record. I'm single. I'm just saying. But what if I had a girlfriend? You feel me? Yeah.
Oh my god.
So pick someone.
No, you just have to pick someone. For whatever reason. I don't even want to know.
I know you'll pick Jamel.
I don't even know. I'm not good about it yet.
It's a no-brainer.
Get to her first.
So if I'm to pick, I wouldn't pick. But since I have to pick, I'll pick Chioma, obviously.
Obviously, like you would have picked someone.
No, I won't pick
Chioma. Like Chioma.
I won't pick Chioma. I'll pick Denise, the therapist.
Okay. Okay, so what about you?
Okay, I think I'll pick Jamel. wait.
No, compared to Paul, I'll also pick Jamel. Compared to Paul,
I feel like most of the issues Jamel has can be worked on.
Yes,
and Paul's can be worked on.
It can, but it's taking longer time.
It's a lot. Yes, Paul's.
You also said it now. You said you should probably step out from the relationship.
Yeah.
So I think we have come to the end.
Yay!
It was a pretty long one, so I might have to cut it into part 1 and part 2, but I really enjoyed myself. What about you?
I did.
I think I enjoyed myself also.
I really enjoyed myself. Please drop comments. You just want to see comments. If you have watched the show, yes. If you have watched this, let us know what you also think. If you have not, you can go back. Then you'll be able to rate our reaction. But I think we did pretty well. So please drop your comments. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And also turn on your notification so that you know when I drop a new video. Until next time, we say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye.
Bye. Right.
That's what I'm going to say. When I say until next time, we say them say bye.
Oh, I
together.
wanted to give my
Okay.
own expression.
2, ready, go.
Hey.
So
That was
peace.
really it went by. It was more like